One of those nights, but I'm smiling. I am smiling. I'm here. Um, just dealing with life as it comes. But tonight we are going to have a good time. We're going to learn. We're going to laugh. We're going to enjoy ourselves. Today was a full day, full of surprises. Good and bad surprises. I gotta put it like that. But I choose to laugh and I choose to trust spirit, especially when it comes to my children. I'm just gonna leave it like that. So we're going to chime in. How's everybody doing tonight? Hi, daughter. Uh-huh. Wow. Okay. Everybody's good tonight. We're gonna chime in. I'm good. I'm all right. I'm okay. All right. Let me find out. Who am I? Where am I? Okay. Hi, Mr. James. How are you? Good to see you. Okay, we're gonna chime in. See. Let's use the selenite chakra wand. Got all the crystals on there. All right. Okay. We're gonna take a minute. Just allow the gratitude to flow. Just focus in. I have a prayer request. I'm just sending it out to spirit. All right. Chime in. Okay. All right. Working with chakras, energy and spiritual healing basics. Okay. See how long this one is. It's not long at all. When we finish this, I'm gonna do a reading. That pendulum thing was off the chain, y'all. It was off the chain. And guess what? I use the before I get started with the lesson, I use the card where you spell letters and it actually worked. And I was able to spell out the sentence. Don't ask me how. And it was spot on. Everything I asked that little swinging thing was spot on. And I didn't even use the one that came with the book. I used mine that I already had charged. And I used the one that came with the book. I cleansed it, charged it, anointed it, and it's something to reckon with. It. I mean, if that's how the Ouija board works, I never used the Ouija board, but we did teach on it. If that's how that works, OMG, I was not ready. It spooks me really bad, y'all. I am not kidding. It spooks me really, really bad. So if you're that's cute. If you want to work with the pendulum, just you're something to reckon with. For real, for real. Hey sis, how you doing? I'm glad everybody's here doing well. If you haven't hit that thumbs up, please hit the thumbs up. I like for it to match how many people are in the room. And also subscribe to my channel and fix the notifications so you'll never miss an episode. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead. This is my little dashiki, y'all. I ain't wore one in a minute. It's all jacked up on me. I'm trying to. Okay, I never. This is a brand new one. Okay, gotta. I just feel like my hair crooked. I just one of them days. But I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm okay. All right. Let's get started. Okay, the term energy healing has come into use in recent years, and it is so descriptive that I can't think of a better one. A number of methods come under its umbrella, but when the hype is stripped away, it comes down to the ability to harness healing energy and feed it to the person who needs it. Sometimes the healing is directed specifically at the chakras. In other cases, it is simply transmitted to the recipient, whereupon the chakras may pick it up and make use of it. Unless the healer happens to be a doctor, it's not a good idea to attempt to give a specific diagnosis, but any half decent psychic can sense the area of the body that is unwell, and hopefully the precise chakras that would benefit from healing. Energy healing is non invasive. It doesn't put any product onto or into the body, and the subject stays fully clothed. One or two healers can work on a person who was seated or perhaps stretched out on a therapy couch. They use their connection to quote unquote spirit to channel the energy through themselves and out through their hands, directing their energy into the client's chakras. A good method is to bring down white light, flecked with pale blue for health, white light flecked with, and that's spelled F like flex, is flecked. Flecked. Okay, so fleck with pale blue light, fleck with pale blue for health, white light fleck with pale green for emotional ones, or fleck with pale lavender for spiritual ones, and pour this into the chakra. When healing someone at a distance, the healer can make a sketch of the client, or use a photo. He might hold a pendulum an inch or two above the image until drawn to a particular part of the body, and then send a blast of healing light to the distant client. Wow. Focusing in particular on the area of weakness. There's also what I call batch healing, whereby a healer sends out healing to a number of people whose names are on a list. In this case, it doesn't matter what the clients are suffering from, only that they are the receiving end, only that they are on the receiving end of a blast of healing energy. The best way to do this is to ask the clients to focus on the healer on a particular day and at a pre-arranged time. And when the healer sends out the healing, oh, I'm getting chills, y'all. Woo! My feeling is that it won't work if the healer just sends out healing without the client being tuned in. But this is just my opinion. How energy and spiritual healing works. Because energy healing is non-invasive, it can't do any harm. The only downside is that the client might expect an instant miracle cure. While this can happen on occasion, for the most part it takes several sessions for the healing to work. Some clients won't benefit from the healing because they have an unexpressed psychological need to stay sick. Spiritual healing is not faith, and the healer doesn't need to belong to a church or believe in a special God or deity. Indeed, the only real requirement is that the client wants to get well. The idea behind this form of healing is that the healer taps into a source of energy and sends it out through his or her hands to the client. The source that the healer taps into might be a deity, an angel, an archangel, especially Raphael, a spiritual guide, an ancestor in spirit, the universe, nature, an ascended master, or the healer's own higher consciousness. In simplest terms, energy is drawn into the healer's body, often by visual in white light, sometimes with flecks of other colors, which is drawn into the healer, probably via his crown chakra. The client is normally seated on a straight chair or stool, which enables the healer to walk around the client and pour healing in from different directions. Ooh. Mm. I don't know why this is giving me chills, because this is something I would do in church all the time. You have the prayer line, and I could, just feel that power just coming through my hand. Um, I would speak in tongues that would charge it. I would speak in tongues, and that would get me charged up, and then I would lay hands, and um, person would receive whatever God, the Holy Spirit, was given to them. It is a very, very draining type of work, and I think that church people really take it for granted. I'm thinking that I took it for granted somewhat, um, now that I'm reading this, because you really have to be tapped into some type of higher power, some type of source, and you and that individual have to, come together on one accord so that they can receive that power, that healing. And so, as I read this and I share this with y'all, it makes me so appreciative for what I know and the people I've been able to help. Um, I've helped people get rid of bad habits. One of my first Bible studies that I had in my home, my neighbor was she was a chain smoker, and she came to my Bible study, and she was like, I want to stop smoking. No, she didn't say she was smoking. She didn't reveal that. So I prayed for her. I think I laid my hands on her chest or something. And then she came back a couple days later and said, "Listen, you laid your hands on me. You didn't know I was a chain smoker. I haven't picked up another cigarette." And so I couldn't believe it. And because I was young, and I knew the power of prayer. I knew the power of laying on your of hands. I've seen what we call demons at the time come out of people. um I've and I'm gonna share some other things with y'all. So I'm very grateful that I know how this works. So if you ever been in any type of healing service or ministry, you know how this works, okay? And I think most of us have. And so I'm just so grateful and just so full that I can go a little bit deeper and understand that you are the conduit that energy flows through to get it to someone else. You know, and everybody is not gifted to do that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's not gifted to be a healer, but everybody can receive. Anybody can receive the healing. That's phenomenal. That's absolutely phenomenal. Okay. This may not be directed at the chakras as such, but it will reach them anyway. The healer may gently hold the client's head and shoulders in his hands, but many healers prefer to hold their hands a short distance away from the client. And this is especially the case as the healer works his way down the client's body. The healer will work on the client's back and then come around to the front so that he can work on the legs and feet. If the healer feels drawn to the part of the body that needs healing, he may pay extra attention to this. The client may feel warm, tingling, or some other sensation as the healing takes place, or may feel nothing at all. But it will still work as it feeds into the chakras and kickstarts the body's own regenerative power. Spirituality. It is sometimes hard for people to know their true spiritual path. But after someone gives healing to the brow and crown chakras, the spiritual world will find ways of showing the person what their path should be. This can come in very strange ways, perhaps by seeing a particular image turning up in shop windows or as advertisements on passing vehicles or even as shapes in a cloud. The person may hear music that reminds him of something, or there may be significant dreams. A meditation session after a healing session will open his mind and heart to possibilities that he might not otherwise have considered. Okay, let me say this. You was like, okay, I just did healing, and what do they mean? You know, the spiritual world is so phenomenal. This is what we would call in church, and I would still call it that, an impartation. Because you are tapped into the spiritual realm. If somebody comes to you, say they're having this massive migraine, and they know that you're a healer, okay, and they come to you, there are some other things about them that has drawn them to you. So tell people, if you come to me for healing, things are going to begin to turn around for you, okay? Because it's almost like you're sitting in a sacred place, and they're coming from the dry and desolate land to enter, as the Bible says. I have to use some of the you know, the narrative there. It's like they're leaving the dry and desolate land, and they are, because they're sick, and coming into a land, into a place of that's flowing with milk and honey. And when we think about milk and honey, we think about healing, we think about overflow, we think about peace. It's everything you need flowing. It's just a sweet, whole, healthy, blessed place. And so when somebody says, I need to use your services because I need healing, they're giving you permission to tap into those places where their well has ran dry. So prepare people. If somebody comes to you and they feel some type of way about spirituality, will say, "Well, I'll let you do it," but I don't believe in all that shit you do. People will say things, and you just let them know. Listen, this is what I do. I take it serious, and your life is going to change. I found myself doing that when it comes to tarot card reading, oracle card reading. I tell people this is not nothing to play with. You're coming to me, you want answers, your life is going to change. You're opening yourself up to a realm that you know not of. So this is why being here and teaching y'all and sharing what I know then and now, and what I'm yet learning with y'all, it all is interconnected. And I just want y'all to be aware of that. If you're on this channel, you're watching my videos and everything, you're searching for something. Somebody may come over here and say, I remember her. She used to be a pastor, a Christian, and all that. What the heck is she doing? You let me see what she's talking about. As soon as you hit play and you hear my voice, you open yourself up to where I am. See, this is nothing to play with. And so what they tell us in church, you have to believe, you have to believe, you have to believe for it to, for you to, receive your healing. But what I am learning here tonight is that as long as the healer believes and knows, it don't matter if we read that in another chapter. It don't matter if they believe or not. They're going to get this business. And that's a game changer for me. You know what I'm saying? As long as you open and you let me step in and do what I do, you can be there with a doubtful spirit. You can be there with an attitude or whatever. You're going to get this business. Really, really think about this. Y'all really, really think about this. Please hit the thumbs up. That would be great. And subscribe. I want y'all to really, and so that's a game changer for, my oils and for the crystals and all of that. It's really changing my life. And I'm trying not to get emotional. You're saying, woman, why are you getting emotional? You're used to this. Okay, yeah. But it's different because church teach you, it's just God. Sometimes you feel like you're not even worthy enough to help anyone. But now I'm walking in a freedom that I only dreamt about. And I can just be me. I can be me. I don't have to be, crossing every T, dotting every I. All I have to do is just sage myself, cleanse myself, focus my mind, call on my spirit, my healing power, whatever spirit tell me to call on, and I can help people. And that makes me emotional. Yes, it does. Because I love helping people. It's a blessing. Anybody understand where I'm coming from? Do I sound like a crazy woman? Even if I sound like a crazy woman right now, somebody's going to get it. Somebody's going to understand. Because they teach you that everything you need is outside of you. That's the shit I'm saying right now. They teach you everything. That's what spirituality say. Outside, you can't have this until you have it's outside of you. Well, in all actuality, if we were created in God's image, everything you need is on the inside of you. So that causes us to doubt the power that operates within. So tonight, I hope that y'all feeling this. I hope y'all receiving this, that you are powerhouses, that you are healers, that you are blessed, and you can do this. And that show makes me feel better because sometimes I just wish I could just give people all this money. But you can use the energy that's operating on the inside of you. One day we'll be able to give people all of this money. And maybe you are wealthy. You can do that. And there's the wealthy people, they got money and wish they had what we have. So just wherever you are, be appreciative, have gratitude, and just tap into spirit. Please tap into spirit. Okay? Opening the chakras. If you wish to give energy healing or spiritual healing, do any psychic work, or carry out a deep meditation, you will need to open the chakras. Once you have finished your work, you will need to close them again in order to avoid feeling spacey or having bad dreams or uncomfortable feelings over the next day or two. I didn't know that. Did y'all know that? There are many ways of opening and closing the chakras, but there is a quick and easy method which relies on light and color. Start by imagining white light coming down from the universe and see it reaching your crown chakra, which is on the top of your head. As it arrives, visualize a purple flower opening there and allowing the light to enter your body. I just saw that. Allow the white light to fill the crown of your head and to reach your forehead where a large blue eye opens. Wow, this is your brow chakra. Now let the light reach your throat chakra where a turquoise blue light comes on. This light runs from the front to the back of your body. Let the light come down to your chest area where your heart chakra lies and let a green light come on and shine from the front to the back of your body. Also let it fill your arms and your hands. Now do the same for your solar plexus chakra, which is just above your navel, and let a yellow light come on. Take the light down to your sacral chakra, which is in the middle of your abdomen. This light is colored orange. Take the light down to the base of your body, which is where the base chakra is, and let a red light come on. Let the light fill your legs and feet and run the light down into the earth below. All right. Closing the chakras. Start by bringing the light up from the earth into your feet and turn it off. Then turn off the white light and all the colored lights while you reverse the procedure for opening the chakras. Ensure that you close the brow chakra eye and the flower of the crown of your head. Send the light back up to the universe and mentally ask that it be sent to give healing to those who need it. If you feel lightheaded after doing any kind of spiritual work, take your shoes off and walk on grass, sand, or earth. If that isn't practical, imagine that you are wrapping yourself in a purple blanket, as this would afford you some spiritual protection while the spacey feeling eases off. When you have finished healing. I recently read a very old book that said that after a healing session, the healer should shake his hands to rid himself of the energies that he might have picked up from his client. I dislike this idea as someone may unwittingly walk through the area where the psychic dirt has been tossed. It is far better for the healer simply to wash his hands. But if he is working in a place without washing facilities nearby, he should provide himself with a dish with some salt in it. And when he's finished his healing session, he should brush or shake his hands over the salt. Salt is a very cleansing material, so it would absorb the psychic dirt and neutralize it. This is phenomenal. This is phenomenal. Healing as a profession only touch those who know you well and who aren't likely to take the opportunity to sue you for some kind of imagery inappropriate behavior. If you take up healing in a serious manner, it is better to work in a group environment and as a spiritualist church, a healing center, or a psychic fair. You should also ensure that the organization is insured against accidents and accusation. If you work alone, always have someone in the room while while the healing takes place. This applies when you are working on a person of your own sex as well as working on someone of the opposite sex. While we're on the subject, if you wish to become a professional healer or consultant in tarot, astrology, therapy, or something similar, you should take out public liability, professional indemnity, and medical malpractice insurance. Wow. Y'all hear that? Public liability insurance cover you in case of accidents and damage to someone good or person, while personal indemnity insurance is and medical malpractice insurance cover you for accusations of professional negligence, inappropriate behavior, and much else. If you don't know where to start, go to my website, mbsprofessionals.com, for information and assistance. Now that's a game changer, ain't it, sis? So I'm good now, but that's not stuff you think about. When I get ready to open my practice, I would definitely do this. So the website again is M as in Mary, B as in boy, S as in Sarah, professionals.com. Yeah, that's very, very good to know. Very good to know. Okay, so we want to be well rounded. See, you see how spirit leads us to one place, to one place, to one place. Now, as I'm helping people, come into their own, they want to do what I tell them to do. Now I got a few friends that want, they're under my, tutelage. They're watching me. I'm like, listen, this is what you got to get. It's going to blow them away. Okay. There are groups of people who are into the same things as you, and organizations that give training either in person or online. If you can't get to the meetings or classes, try the internet because you will find lessons and healing sessions of many kinds where I call on where YouTube University. She said YouTube and elsewhere. I call it YouTube University. Ego. You are a channel that allows the healing power to pass through in order to do its work. It isn't you who does the healing, but a source such as God, some other deity, angels, ascended masters, or the universe. Anything to which you feel attuned will work as long as you let the source flow through you and you don't allow your ego to get in the way. In other words, don't get the big head. Okay? We're not, it is without, but it's flowing within. You understand? That's what I was saying in the beginning. Church say, "Oh, gotta reach," but it flows through you because you're open, you're willing, you're available. Don't get the big head. You know what I'm saying? There is an energy working on your behalf somewhere to do what you do. So stay humble. Not everyone wants to get well. This is very big. This is very, very important. Astonishing as it may seem, there are people who have a vested interest in hanging on to their ailments, which may be due to psychological reasons or something crafty and manipulative. Whatever the reason, if someone doesn't want healing, don't insist they have it. And if someone receives healing but refuses to be healed, well, I can only suggest that you write it off to experience. Do no harm. Work for the benefit of others and always work in the blessed side of life. Never set out to do harm to anyone, even if you can't stand them. She said that, didn't she? It's worth bearing in mind that bad actions have a way of coming back on the person who sends them. Frankly, I wouldn't wish to give healing to someone I loathe. So if I were asked, I would politely refuse and let another healer take over. Set the intention. Before you begin any healing session, work out what you want to achieve and how you want to go about it. This is called setting your intention. Always work for the benefit of the person to whom you are giving healing. And that's it. I mean, boom, 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 straight to the point. Um, it said here that you need to have somebody else in the room. We know that's not possible. That, I mean, who wants somebody else in the room if they're coming to you? You know what I'm saying? So I don't want them in the room. This is where you put a contract in place, all right? And also you could have something set up where you can record the session. So if somebody try to say something crazy, she did this, he did that, or whatever, no baby, here's the recording. That's how you could cover your ass as well. All right. So you need to get a camera that's dedicated to your session and say, listen, you put it in the contract. And the spirit just giving me this. You put it in the contract. Some of the stuff that I've said here, you know what I'm saying? You gotta want to be here. Bop, 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 bop. Have a spirit tell you to word it and have them sign it. You take a copy. They take a copy. Okay. And you, if they come back, you can have a little checklist. You know, do we have your what would you call it, your contract on file? All right, so they can, have it like set from like a year out. Okay, and keep up with it. Put it on the computer, keep up with it. And then, they come to you, say they come to you 3 months prior, then 3 months later they come for other services or whatever. Make sure you have them check, okay, yes, um I I have a contract with you. So I even hear spirit telling me I need to create a contract for my clients that I do tarot card readings for. What that's going to look like, I'll let y'all know. And so I can send that um digitally, and they can sign that and send it back to me. Okay. So I need to also get where I can record it, even if it's audio, or get an option on my phone, or figure out if my phone will do that and record the session. So they won't say, oh, she told me to kill myself. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. You know what I'm saying? So that's where we are. Any questions, any concerns? That was quick and easy. We're going to be out here all night. Okay. I got to do our mantra tonight, but I'm going to pull a card. Anybody got anything to say? Yes. Yes. Yes, absolutely. It had a contract as well. Okay. And what were the people signing a contract for? She had healing services there, because you told me she sold products and stuff. So now we're getting into the meat of it. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm gonna be. Hey y'all, hey, please hit the thumbs up. That would be beautiful. I wanted to match with how many people are in the room, and subscribe. Thank y'all. I've gotten over 50 something subscribers in the last few days. Oh, any healing services, they sign it, all of that. Okay. Absolutely. Absolutely, because this is really becoming real for me. I have clients that's coming back to me regularly, and now they're trusting me. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I'm grateful for that. And so when I start this chakra healing with the remote and all of that stuff, that's really gonna put my little trail on fire. I'm excited about that. I am so excited about that. Okay. Um, y'all. I'm really getting really good at my tarot card reading. Everybody, I say, well, I'm just learning this. I say, no, you're not. You good at this. It's just that my intuition, my prophetic gifts are sharp, and it helps with my readings a whole lot. Um, and I just keep it real with my customers, like my clients. Like, I'm gonna read from the book, but I love that because once I read from the book, look, sometimes you get a card and you like, oh, let me see. And Spirit will tell you to read from the book, okay? And you read from the book, and then your intuition kicks in, and it makes it so much better. It's just like putting the icing on the cake, baby, or putting the cherry on top. And my clients love that. And then sometimes my gift will kick in before I even touch the cards, or I could be reading the card and then it start flowing like that, and I just have to put the card down. So you just have to know that you know that you know that you got this. You know, the tarot cards and all the stuff, the oracle card, they only add to what we have naturally. You know what I'm saying? And I just like to encourage people. She had healing services, and for her teas and bath salts. Okay, I mean, she found out the place is haunted. Also, where she work at? Hey, Tommy, how you doing? Thank you, thank you. Mom, do you have had classes on foods that help to enhance intuition and other spiritual related skills? No, but I could do it. That would be right up my alley with the I could share about herbal supplements and stuff. I have books here on herbal medicine, and yeah, that would be great. And then I could tie that in with the chakras as well. A ghost that runs around in the clinic. I'm glad you're doing good. Hey baby, how you doing? I'm good. You don't want to come out today, tonight. Come on, card. What you want us to know? I just got spooked by that, Mr. James. The little baby be running around. And so before I read this, ooh, I got chills. Woo! Hey, before I read this right here, this chakra is very important when it comes to healing. If anybody's going to have their own practice, provide services, this is something I really want you to work with your clients on. Okay. And we've been learning if it's blocked, it's gonna jack up some stuff. So, um, dealing with the fourth chakra, the heart chakra, it deals with compassion and forgiveness. And so that is one thing that I did learn as a deliverance minister in church. We would ask people, thank you, Siri, that's what I wanted to tell them. We would ask people, have you forgiven? Are you dealing with unforgiveness? Are you bitter or whatever? Because that shit can hold stuff in your body. I could tell y'all some stories. I could tell you some, so you be like, what? But I'm gonna tell y'all something after I read this. Yeah, certain fruits and vegetables as well. And you know what? And like I was saying last night, daughter, um, we even we gotta go deeper because they're tampering with the seeds. There was a movie that I was watching that said GMO. They put shit in the seeds because they had in the movie they had one farmer that was doing stuff naturally, and it would take a while for the harvest to come up. But because people want to get that money quick, they start tampering with the seed to make the harvest grow quicker, and it's still poisoning. You know what I'm saying? And so we've got to ask spirit how to navigate around that. Is there, we may have to go, I'm hearing the Amish community, they grow a lot of stuff and get a lot of stuff this whole natural. These are people that they don't care about lights, and they're riding down the street with their buggies and their horses. They had a lot of them in Ohio. And so that's something we need to think about as well. It's a shame we just can't go to the store and buy seeds and be like, oh, it's gonna be good. Might as well, just as bad as going to get a cheeseburger. You know what I'm saying? It's poison in it. I better not talk too much, but y'all get the picture. Okay, so the fourth chakra, heart chakra, compassion and forgiveness. I have compassion for myself and for those around me. I let go of anger, resentments, and torments from the past, and I do not give my power away to those involved. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. Touch yourself. Forgiveness is a gift I give to myself. I forgive myself for things I feel I could have done differently in the past, and I remind myself that my response could not have been any more evolved than it was at the time. I am compassionate to those in need, as this shows them that they are not alone. I practice this by listening, sharing, understanding, and being of service. Yeah, they are. They are, daughter. Yeah. That's why I'm not too impressed when I go into a store and they say, "Oh, these are organic bananas or whatever," blah 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 blah, because I know how they do shit behind the scenes, and so that used to worry me, really really bad. That used to worry me, and so the way I navigate around it, I just bless my food. I trust spirit, and spirit did reveal to me that some of the supplements that I take, they and my sister taught me this when she was helping me get my recipes for my product. Some stuff will combat some of the things that you eat, some of the supplements, because I there was time that I would have to put, let's say, an ingredient like, there's a certain ingredient that you don't necessarily want to put in the product, and it's not exactly healthy. You can combine, that's how powerful natural stuff is. You could combine a certain oil or an ingredient and it combat, if it's going to come with something negative, it'll neutralize it. And so that's what I and so it's so much, it's coming to my head right now. And so this is why, one of the reasons why I take um supplements, because you can't avoid. It's in the air, it's in the water, and then they're talking about, you drink spring water, stuff in the plastic, and it's all around us. We can't avoid it. You just have to trust spirit and do your best. Okay. So, that's the fourth chakra, the heart chakra. That was the first one coming out. So let us be mindful of that. And I still have our cards. I'm gonna keep them, and when we finish teaching on this, I'm gonna go back and read all of it, so we can kind of reflect on what we've learned and what we've shared. Let me share with something with y'all, and then I'm gone. Um, hmm, I forgot how many years ago my baby was really small. Well, it was this lady that I did Bible study with. One thing that um I had to be careful about, because I was so strong in my gifting in deliverance ministry. I had to be careful. People would, wouldn't take advantage of that and use me. And and I kind of feel like she was like that because she kind of capitalized on it. After a while, she got her ministry and all of that, and she wanted me there. And every time we would go somewhere, she would say, "Oh, okay, Apostle, will go ahead, Apostle, do your thing." You know what I'm saying? Like, why I don't like to be in the forefront. I know I have to be, but it ain't like something like, yeah, you know how some people say, yeah, I don't do that. If I go somewhere and there's other people that can articulate and teach and share, I'm in the background like this. I love that. But if I gotta handle my business, I'm gonna step with power. You know what I'm saying? That's just being confident in who you are. But anyway, we were having a Bible study, and after each Bible study, we would do deliverance. There was a beautiful young woman that was like the lady's daughter is my spiritual sister, and I still call her my spiritual sister. She had a friend who had, I think she had one or two children. I think she was in her, I was in my 30s. She probably been in her late 20s or early 30s. Beautiful, beautiful melanated woman. But Spirit got high one night, and we got to praying for her and everything. And so I immediately, when I put my hands on her, she went down, and I knew deliverance was going to take place. I had never experienced this, but this is why talking about this makes sense, because we're talking about energy centers. I never thought about this like this until tonight. So she was down on all fours because she was, every time I call something out, it'll come out. So this particular time, usually I just lay my hands on somebody on their back or on their stomach or on their head. Sometimes I would just speak and wave my hand, and the things would start to manifest. But this particular time, she was down on all fours, and I went to I'm trying to show y'all what I did. Okay, imagine this her back. So there was like, I could see in the spirit there was areas that need to be released. It was like something just. So I was speaking in tongues, and I would say loose, and I would touch those areas in her back, and it would swell up like that and release. And I kept doing it all through her back. Then Spirit had me go under her stomach, and I would hit the stomach, and it would ball up, then release. I tell you, that was something to reckon with. I was straddled on her. I do not care, and would still do it as a spiritualist. I will straddle across you. I'm getting down to the nitty gritty. I don't care how cute I'm looking. I don't care how much my lip gloss is popping. I don't care how cute my outfit is. If my brother, my sister need me, I'm getting down on the floor with you. That's how I roll. Because I want to see people healed and free. So I got down, I straddled that baby. Next day I was on my knees, and I worked with her. It had to be for an hour or so. I worked with her, and then everybody just let me have free range, and it was just coming up. It smelled really bad, but she was free. I never did deliverance ministry like that up until that point. It got really weird after that. And so I was like, what is that? What was that? What was that? And in my right mind, and when I say right mind, not flowing with spirit, that's scary as hell. But I was in the spirit. You know, I'm going in. In my right mind, that was scary as hell. But in the spirit, I was flowing with it. So after a while, my friend came and I was like, damn, what was that swelling up in her body and releasing? Yo, this baby had multiple abortions. I'm getting glitter from my shirt, from my little thing. So she was holding those baby spirit in her body with bitterness and unforgiveness. That tripped me the fuck out. This is why I say religion can't hold us. You understand? Religion can't hold us because what we have on the inside of us is much bigger than the four walls of a church. The power you feel just inside of you, you gotta go. You gotta go, spirit. You gotta go with your ancestors. You gotta do it because that what they say a higher power. It really is a higher power. It's higher than any religious organization can give you. And these are the things, just think about it. Think about your intuition. Think about the things you've experienced. Spirit led you here. You're not just here by happenstance. You understand? I had to be here. I had to be here. And so I'm so grateful that we have this platform. I'm grateful that I was open and to spirit. And now I can really flow and get the necessary information and tools so I can help people on a greater scale. It's absolutely phenomenal. So go with your intuition. You may not understand it all the time, but go with it. Your healing sessions may get a little weird. You may feel, I've done that too. You may, instead of putting your hand, you may start pulling stuff out of people. It's been times I've was praying for people and I could see black cords in the spirit and I pull that shit out. And they be energy. I don't give a damn. I'm going forward. If I see something L in you, I'm going forward. I've seen stuff on people's shoulders in the spirit, and I knock it off. Okay, I've done this and seen like stuff around people, and I pray and it get real crazy. It get real crazy with me. On this side, ain't no telling what y'all gonna see. I'm just saying, cause one day y'all gonna be in the building together, and I'm going to get it. They gonna say we're doing Reiki. This Reiki. This is chakra healing, or is this a deliverance service? Honey, we get free. All this information. Shit. And gonna laugh and have a good time and drink some wine when it's over. I ain't gotta worry about mother in the church talking about you gotta live holy. Shut up. What is holy? Can nobody live holy? I'm sorry. Yes, it can. Please. We all got our vices. Can't nobody live holy. Stop lying. That's a mask. Ain't nobody live holy. I'm just saying. Okay. All right. That is my 2 cents. And I hope it was worth it. So y'all good? Okay. I guess all hearts and minds are clear. We're gonna read. I am so aggravated with my little glitter, y'all. And I love glitter. All good. 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 Awesome. Okay. This is our mantra. We haven't said it in a few days. Good, 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 good. All right. Y'all ready? Let's go. The world favors me in response to the frequency of my name when it is spoken. Magically, I receive in return divine love, wisdom, abundance, and ancestral power. The energy of money surrounds me daily. That is why everything I call in from the spirit realm shows up expeditiously. Ashe. All right. Y'all have a good night. And I will see y'all tomorrow night. Before I go, name one thing you learned tonight. I'm going to start asking that. One thing that jumped out tonight. If it's a word, if it's a phrase, um, I need to start asking y'all that. I know for me, it's the contract. Y'all don't leave yet. One person, what did you learn? Something that jumped out at you tonight. I think for all of us, it was the contract. Me about that little boy running in the Yes, yes, yeah. That was like, whoa. It makes sense though. You know what I'm saying? Got to cover your ass with everything. I don't care if you handing people uh millions of dollars. You gotta have a contract for that. Somebody gonna say something, and it's be the ones that the haters. They will come and get your services and smile in your face and then go complain. It's a mess. People got issues. That's why we're in this business. Learning to protect yourself legally. Absolutely. We just like we want to help people, but we also gotta protect ourselves as well, spiritually and naturally, and financially, and legally, all of that. Okay, all right, y'all. I'm chiming out. All right, I see y'all tomorrow night. Have a good night. Love y'all. Bye bye.